Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be looking at what the hell is going on with Bitcoin and what can we do about it, how can we kind of stay in the game, and we'll be looking at charts as well. I've not got any news stories today, so it'll just be a kind of free-for-all. If you've got any questions, let me know in the chat area just now. And if you're watching just now, just leave a comment in the chat area just now. That'll be fantastic, just to let me know you're here and where you're from in the world as well. And I kind of usually interact with everybody in the chat area as well. I think that's what makes this kind of channel unique, is trying to involve everybody in it because we're all in it together. So I'm just going to see if we're live or not. We are live. It looks like my position's out a wee bit. We can leave it like that. Gives that a wee bit of a different background. Right, I'm just going to check. We are live. Got a couple of people on just now, so we'll just dive over to the chat area just now. We've got a couple of people in. Okay, hopefully you can still see and hear me. And we've got Kig is in the house this morning. Good morning to you. Chris Camus is in. Gordy Boy's in the house. Cookie is in. Tilo Kais is in. Tokjia Ngov is in the house. Stephen King, Marcus Chafari, Honest Crypto Johnny is back with us, and Jeff Colhoun is back with us as well. Good to see you here. Okay, hope you had a brilliant weekend. I know it was a kind of strange weekend because Bitcoin was going down and down and down and down and down. Everybody's probably watching it, kind of going down. However, I'm going to show you, and I keep doing this every time Bitcoin goes down, it doesn't look as if there's going to be any let up for Bitcoin going down. The only thing that you could do in this kind of case would be wait on a bounce and then go short on Bitcoin. That's the way you're going to make money, but there's still loads of opportunities in the altcoin market, as we're going to look at as well, on Kucoin, on Binance, kind of everywhere, to be honest. So there's still opportunities out there. Are we going to have an altcoin season because of this Bitcoin drop? Don't think so. When it starts to move back up again, that's when we'll have the altcoin season. It is coming, and I think it's kind of started already. If we look at data going up 1,000% overnight, definitely not. That's definitely a pump and dump there as well. That's not because of any particular news, I don't think. It's definitely a pump and dump. But we'll look at all that as well. And any questions at all, let me know. Mark Pawn is in the house. Chris Camus saying altcoin shopping season. Indeed. But how long have we been saying that for? That's the only thing. And they keep on going down and down and down. But there has to come a point where they will go up eventually. Tony Fernandez Young is in. Lawrence Matthews is back with us. Good to see you here. Okay, one wee sec. We'll see the damage in the markets overall. We'll just have a load up of this. A reload. Oof. $182 billion market capitalization overall. I've got a Bitcoin dominance of 66.2%. Who's the winners and losers? We have Storium is up 301% on only 32,000 volume, so not to be trusted there, to be honest. Fusion is up 78%. That went up last week as well. Matic is up 1.77. Single collateral DAI is up. What's the volume on that? 8.4 million. So it's DAI is up 0.63%. Cosmos and Stasis Euro, obviously that's the stable coin as well. So there's not that many up at all. Who's the biggest losers? Bitmax token is down 19%. Hypercash, V Systems, Maker, Huobi token, Molecular Future, Bytum, ZB, ABBC, DX, all down in double digits. Most are down in double digits, to be honest. However, if we go to Satoshi value, it's just the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same Satoshi value. So they're all going down. So everybody's panicking, selling off, going into USDT or going into cash, whatever they're doing. They're certainly not going into Bitcoin, and they're selling off the alts as well. However, there are still opportunities in the alts. Okay, let's look at the total market capitalization. And we'll go over the last month. And we can see here, we were up at 250, we'll go over the last 3 months actually. I think it was about 272 was the highest. 274 back in September. And now we're down to 115. That can be 115. Or 183, I do apologise. 183. So big, huge difference. 100 billion wiped off. That's it. It does seem a hell of a lot, but it's not going to be a lot when you're talking 3, 4, 5 years time. Where was the highest peak ever? Just interest, out of interest, we've got nearly $1 billion, nearly $1 trillion, 830 billion it was up to. That was January 2018. We're going to get there again? Yes, there's no question that we're going to get there again. Okay, we'll go to all the cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap and see who the gainers are, the big gainers. We've got 4,855 listed on CoinMarketCap now. And over the last 24 hours, who's done well? We have Bitball on 178,000 volume, 895%. It's up 1,792% over the last 7 days. That's put $1 in, gets $17 back. Storium is up 7,527%. Put $1 in, gets $75 back, but up 303% over the last 24 hours. SafeX token is up as well, 155% over the last 24 hours. Low volume, 17,000. MEXC token is up 125%. Streamer Datacoin is up 120%. So I don't know, I've not checked the news as I said this morning for data. So I'm presuming there's some kind of news for data. If not, it's just a pure kind of pump and dump. What am I doing? It is Twitter. Streamer. What is it? Part of €5 million winning consortium for health platform. That's 16 hours ago. Transaction consultancy launched. Data union goes 0 to 500 members in 2 weeks. Sign-ins to core platforms. New website. More to come. Release first version of decentralized network. Wow, so they have got news out. So it is on news as well. Get the reclaim ownership. What else is there? Interesting. So they have got actual news out there. I'll just go back. So a streamer, but they did go up at I think they were about 1,000% at one point. We'll just have a look at that in a wee sec. There's no kind of circulating supply there. Tarush is up 86% on 364. Navcoin is up 82% on 2.1 million volume. Fusion up 77% on 5 million volume. That's the big ones in play just now. We'll just jump back to chat area. Shahir is in the house. Welcome to you. Mike D, one of our brown admins, is in. Mitch Dieter is in as well. Welcome back. David Schwartz is back with us. Hyphen Lee. So Alicia was right. B-Wave correction. And that's Alicia Rastani's brilliant channel. So he's looking at that as well. The Bitcoin move as well. He's extremely bullish on it for the long term as well. Kukla is in the house. Good to see you back. Honestly, brutal out there. It is really brutal out there. Digitex holding up well enough. Yep, we'll be looking at the charts for Digitex and also our own kind of what we've been looking at as well. ShareRing, I think it's down a wee bit, but not by that much, to be honest. Okay, Cryptobubbles. Look at that. That's in the red completely. In red. Why is this kind of yellow ring around here? Because it's favorited. Is that what it is? Yeah. So just a sea of red there. What we like over the last hour though. This is in USD. We're kind of coming back to green. Kind of a wee bit coming back to green. We'll go to BTC value and more in the green when you go to BTC value. Digitex up there. We can see 1.2%. Maximum Coin, GNT, ZIL is up as well. Fear and Greed Index 17. That's the lowest it's been for a while. The lowest it's been since September the 25th. When it was at 12. And then August the 22nd. So it'd be interesting to do a correlation. Or look at if there is any correlation between the Fear and Greed Index and the actual price of Bitcoin. I've done a quick one a couple of months ago when it was 5 or something, and it was noticed after 5 once we go to 5, or after an extreme low, that a couple of months after it, we usually go up by 100%. So that'd be quite cool. But I need to look at that again. Okay, the TIE. And this is TIE.io. I never checked this out. I'll check this. I'm not kind of plugging this in. I'm not getting paid to plug it or anything. I've just kind of discovered it and it looks quite cool. Bitcoin sentiment is down to 39. What's the lowest? It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be actually. Ethereum down to 33.95. Good chance to get some Ethereum at these prices as well. I'm big on Ethereum and I think it's going to do amazing for the future as well. Right, I'll just see if this works. Top 10 highest sentiment. We'll just go to coins. It just keeps getting that kind of loading. Bother. Just go to coins and see if there's any correlation between price and sentiment. So we've got Navcoin. Navcoin is up in price. It's just calculating it just now, up 50%. PAX, standard token, that's $1. That's a stable coin. DCN, Dentacoin, 83. But we're looking for relative trading volume. So relative trading volume, sentiment is high for Cortex, and relative trading volume is up 552%, but it's down 25%. Could represent a good opportunity. I'm just going to look at Cortex as well and see what market cap is. 13 million for the market cap. Has been up to 350 million before, so it might be worth looking into. I think once you get a big drop like that, always worth looking into as well. I like these drops for kind of just playing the bounce of them. What else is doing well? Seller Network, it's not that much. Game Credits is up again, 79.11. Daily sentiment, 502 relative trading volume, up 40%. SONM is up as well. And we'll just have a look at the markets, see what's going on. Cardano's still holding above the 500, which is cool. Where is XRP? 3,150, that's cool as well. That's good for them. So CXTC we can see down 20%. Key is down 16 after that meteoric rise. HC down as well. Hot, still not doing anything. I'm out of Hot, as you know, I kind of told you about that. But I did expect it to kind of go up, and it's still not done anything yet, but obviously a big push down on Bitcoin. So data, so just have a quick look at data just now. You can see there it's at 408 at the moment, but when the crossover, see the start of, we'll do it on the hourly. In fact, we'll just go to charts. Get up, man. So data BTC. That's monthly. Look at the daily. So it did go up 614%, but since the crossover, if we can see here, on the daily, there's a crossover, and this is one of the indicators we'll look at, around about 140. So from 140 all the way up to 1700 would be 1100% in one day. Obviously a kind of pump and dump here. It's not a pump and dump, but a lot of people just got into it and it's just taken right off. And I'm saying it's not a pump and dump because there is news out there as well. Fundamentals. If we look at the charts, that's the all-time high. 1600, so it hit its all-time high again. Massive cup and handle. So there are still opportunities out there. You can see here, NAV is up 75%, S&M 31%, One is up 17%, and Monetha is up as well. I don't know if I'm still in that just now. On the charts, on the calls. MTH, I think that was closed down. It probably was closed down a while ago. So this is the calls, and I've not made a lot of calls just now. I think that was down to 3054, so probably down. Yeah, we're down before we're up. Manitha, I did call that 15th of November, so we're still in it as of today. So 159, 183. What did it get up to? We got up to 179, so it's higher before then. Yeah, we got up to 183. So it's not as big, but there's still moves being made out there in the altcoin market. The big one's down. There's only 50-50, I would say. Kucoin, how are they doing? We'll just go to the spot market. Go to change. We've got Atom is up 8% on Kucoin. We've got S&M 33%, 14%. Bax is up again and still doing well. Bax. What are we at? It's gone up again, so it did get down to 211 and it's gone back up again. I have to say there's not much liquidity out there. If you kind of look. So if I go down to the bottom, down to 258, we'll just go down all the way. If I was to sell, so realistically, if you bought kind of under a satoshi, you could have about 50 million or something. And to sell 50 million, you're kind of looking at about 120, 118. So losing half the price, more than that, to sell 50 million. If you're going to do that, obviously you wouldn't sell it all in one go anyway. And what else? Amio is up. It's not doing so well. Hot is up as well. BTC, BPT is up. What the ones we like? DAG had gone back up again, I believe. BTC, DAG. Where is it? DAG BT. So 207. Is that again? I still like that for the future. But it did go down to 171. I was sold on. I really like Phantasma as well. Don't know why it keeps doing this. It's down close to its low, but not quite there. I think that's another good opportunity to get in there. So I'm looking at more. I was talking to DJ. I had the pleasure of meeting Crypto Don Juan yesterday. We had a Skype conversation. We're thinking about doing something together. So we'll see what kind of transpires from that. So it was brilliant to kind of meet him. It wasn't in person, obviously. It was just over Skype. But I got a chance to kind of speak with him as well and just go over a few things. And Crypto Don Juan is short on Bitcoin as well. Okay, talking about Bitcoin, we'll go to the Bitcoin chart, BTC USD. See what the hell is going on. 6,689 Satoshi dollars just now. So it's not looking good. What I would be doing if I was trading Bitcoin, I'm not trading Bitcoin, I'm still trading the alts. If I was trading Bitcoin, I'd be waiting for a bounce. And there's not a clear bounce, probably from around maybe 6,400. There might be a bounce up and then it's probably going to come back down again. That's what it looks like, to be honest. So we could be going back down. So until the end of the year, I don't see anything. I don't know if it's going to change, but it's Bitcoin. You just never know what can change. We can see here it was at 7,200, shot up to 10,500 within a couple of days. So you just do not know what's going to happen. Have I had this bigger drop and then a big jump before? Yeah, kind of back here. Around about the same time actually. So from the 10th of November, this is on the daily, from the 10th of November, around about that period, to around about middle of December, we had a drop of 50%. and that was going from 6,500 and 3,100 or 3,200. So this is from October, I would just say the 10th of November again. We have a 50% drop, could get down to 4,500-ish if history is going to repeat itself, and then a climb up 287%, around about here. So it should go back up to the 15,000 level. If that was the case, 4,500, around about here. Yeah, it could go up to that level. But that's if history repeats itself, you just never know. So it doesn't look that good at all on the daily. So from the short time frame, from the weekly, we're still very much in a kind of bull market. You can see that here. This is from going way back to 2011, all the way up. This is the kind of midline that I've kind of drawn here, and it's kind of hit that midline lots of times. Although it's fallen below that, it fell below that 12th of November 2018, and it's never really recovered since then. So we could come down to about 3,000 again. But if we look at kind of longer term, again, if we keep on going on this median line, I'm saying the median, round about the midline, if we keep on doing that, we should be at 250,000 by February or July, 300,000 by July 2022. If we keep on falling just below, even if we're just below that, even if it was 100,000 by that time as well, it's still not that bad at all. Still nearly 15x from where it is just now. So you have to think long term. When you're looking at this, think long term. I know a lot of people are losing money on this. Best to stay out of the market. If you can't handle it just now, just stay out of the market, just walk away. And I think that's what to do. For me, for Bitcoin, again, I'm still in this with the pension. So I'm just waiting another piece of the pension going in, and I'll top up at these prices. So I'm kind of glad it's down just now, but I can understand a lot of people who aren't, because it affects the alts market as well. By the way, if you've got any questions or anything, let me know, because I'm not looking at any kind of news today. I just thought just if you want to ask a question, if you want to kind of look at charts, let me know as well. Okay, we'll look at this on the monthly for Bitcoin. I'll go to auto as well. When you look at it on the monthly, you can see still that parabolic. This is the midline. We're kind of looking at here, and it doesn't look that bad when you look on the monthly. You can see this big candle from 9,700 all the way down to 6,600. So nearly a 40% drop. That's fine. That's fine. And we can see it probably could go down to, I would say, maybe 5,300, and then bounce off the 50 EMA on the monthly, and then start going back up from there. We've seen that happen a couple of times. Probably around about here, 3,100, and that was back in January of this year. So it still looks okay when you look at it from the bigger kind of point of view. When you look at the bigger picture, this is the monthly, and it doesn't look that bad at all. Okay, we'll jump back to the chat area just now. Right. Gareth Passage is in. BT shaking out the week. Yep, there's indeed. We've been saying that for a while. And it is, because a lot of people are walking away. Even YouTubers are walking away as well. Mark Innes, hello Stephen, CYT crew. What's your thoughts on Uptrennd, mate? Your article really gained some traction in there. So I'm going to do another video on Uptrennd as well. Uptrennd is a new platform. It's not kind of, well, it is a social media platform. So you can create a post here. I've just, and it was Jimbo that told me about this. So I had a phone call with Jimbo last week, and we're talking about other things as well. But he told me about Uptrennd. He says you should get on it. So I jumped on it, put a couple of videos on it, and it's actually turning out okay. But I don't think there's that many. I think somebody was telling us about 100 British people on it. I don't know about how many American people. I don't know if it was including Americans. But so I don't know if it can grow, but it should be able to grow quite quickly. But I'm using it just now, and it's working out quite well. And you can level up by gaining points. So if your videos get points, if somebody upvotes it, you get points, and you can level up. I'm at level 4 or something, but that's only been in the space of a week or something like that. And this one was when I was talking about ShareRing, and I just gave that report and put it into this format. It's not as good a format. I need to try and get images in there, but it was just to try it, and it's had 2,500 views. So Uptrennd, if you want to join that, just go to Uptrennd. It's trend with a double N. So thanks for reminding me of that, Mark. But it is a good site. So far it looks quite cool. Who else is on that I quite enjoy as well? There's, where is it? Just go to Bitcoin. It's not coming up. There's a couple of people on there, and they're big on YouTube as well that I really like as well. So, and this is kind of first, just trying to get in first. So the people who get in first on platforms like this, if it does take off, then they tend to do really, really well. So hopefully I can be one of the first in there as well. So thanks for reminding, Mark. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, we're just talking about you, Jimbo. So welcome to you. Scary pump and dump on data. Worries me about the next moves in the market. Yes, it's going to be unpredictable, and it's going to be shit, and it's going to be, a lot of people are going to be walking away. A lot of people are going to be worried about what's going to happen for the future. It always happens when Bitcoin goes down. Seen it before, we're going to see it again. So if you feel like that and you think, oh, holy shit, this is happening again, can't believe this is happening, and you've got money in Bitcoin, if you've got Bitcoin just now and you don't want to sell it just now, just walk away. Literally just walk away from the markets. Don't look at them for a couple of weeks. It's like the news. Never read the news, and you'll never feel that negative vibe every single day. So when you're looking at the markets every day and it's going down and down and down, you've got that negative vibe. If you're kind of long on Bitcoin, if you're short on Bitcoin, it's brilliant. As I said, I was having a conversation with Crypto Don Juan, and he's short on Bitcoin just now. So he's doing amazing at the moment. So learn to short. We should be shorting as traders. We should be shorting as well. I tend not to, because I can't short the altcoins that I'm in. But we should be trading kind of Bitcoin as well. But it can be difficult. So you just have to be careful. Roland Rocker is in the house. Months ago, I predicted XRP would fall down to at least 20 to 15 cents, and everybody thought it was being a hater. Looks like it's on its way there after all. It's nothing to do with kind of XRP going down. It's because the Bitcoin price has gone down in dollar value. That means XRP's gone down in dollar value as well. So we should be looking at the Satoshi value. Satoshi value has not moved. It's only the kind of Bitcoin price that's moved. So has it moved at all? No, it's actually going up. If we look at XRP, BTC, that's on the monthly. Look on the daily. So it's actually up. So it's up to 3,145 just now. And it's not doing too badly at all. Obviously, dollar value, purely because of Bitcoin price, dollar value has gone down. That's why it's gone down to 21 cents just now. It did go down to 20 cents. So we shouldn't be looking at that. If we're looking at that, we might as well just trade kind of Bitcoin. If you're looking at the dollar value of XRP, just look at the Satoshi value and just stock up if you really believe in XRP as well. I know a lot of people say it's just $1 I'm interested in, but it's not really unless you're cashing out. The Traveller is in the house. Hope BTC falls to 1,000. Don't think that's going to happen, but it could do. DJ and Steve is dream team. Yeah, it would be good. We'll see what happens. Jimbo, we were talking as well about something as well. So maybe, I don't know, I was saying to kind of DJ as well about kind of involving kind of yourself as well. So we're talking about things just now. It's very early stages at the moment. Lawrence Matthews, hi Steve, can you have a look at Metahash on the 12 hourly daily volume, mainly on Bitmax? So I don't think we'll have it. We've got it, yeah, it's CEXIO. Metahash dollar, we'll go to kind of Bitcoin price. 12 hourly. Not much volume kind of in that, but that's on CEX. It's not ready yet, but it's near an all-time low, which I like, which is good. And I mean good from the point of trading, from a point of view of trading. And you've got support there at 26 Satoshi. At the moment, it looks as if it's going to cross over on the 4 hourly kind of any kind of day now. It looks as if it's going up. What's the volume like? Not that much volume. We'll just have a look. Metahash. At 3 million market cap volume, so obviously the volume is not on CEX. So Bitforex and Bitmax is on. So we'll get a better picture if we look at charts. If it's on this. MHC, BTC, we'll not. We'll look on coin market cap instead of coin paprika because that's giving us crap information. Right. This is a better one. This is on the daily. It doesn't look good for the daily. If we go to kind of 4 hourly though. Crossed over in 4 hourly, but it's come back down again to 30 satoshi. It did get up to 34, so that was a 10% rise, but that was coming up on all-time low 26, as I said. Looking at this and looking at the Bitcoin price, probably it's not a good entry point for Metahash. I wouldn't say it's a good entry just now. It's still going down, still selling pressure on it. Volume's there, which is good. And we have probably, I'll go by the peaks as well. Probably at the top of a triangle, to be honest, top of the resistance line of a triangle. And that's a descending triangle. And I'll just make that thicker. Make this thicker as well. Just so you know, kind of the TA side of things, where I'm coming from. So you can see this descending triangle. We've got the touch points there. And we've got the base line here of around 26 satoshi. So we're at the top of this line. You can see kind of went up to there, kind of bounced back down. So it looks as if we could come back down to 26 satoshi. Now normally with the kind of descending triangle here, it kind of continues this pattern on the way down. But we always look for a breakout of the descending triangle. I've found a lot of the time when it breaks out of a descending triangle, it tends to go up kind of big time. We could get a measured kind of move from there as well. So at the moment, it's not a good entry point for Metahash, and I would wait on it coming back down to around about the 26, 27 level. And if it breaks below that, then it's going to continue down to go lower. Because normally with, as I said, with the descending triangle, continue that pattern to carry on going down, but look for a breakout of that triangle. So at the moment, no, unfortunately, for an entry. Michael Harris is in. Damn, I'm late. No problem, we're just kind of chatting. We're not kind of looking over any news or anything. We've looked at the charts though. Mark and I saying about time. Michael Lau Tangi is in the house. Chris Camus. Honest Crypto Journey, you're so right. What did I say? What did Honest Crypto Journey say? Honest Crypto Journey, the time to buy is when there's blood in the streets. In this sea of red, have a feeling there will be some serious buyers that are totally 100%. There's going to be some serious buyers out there. Sorry for missing that, Stuart. Right, we'll go to, where is it? We'll go to Digitex, see how they're doing. Digitex futures, and we'll look at coin market cap again. It's holding up well. I know it's down a wee bit over the last kind of couple of days, but it's holding up well. It says 695 in the moment. Did get up to 789. We can expect it to go from here on the daily. So crossed over on the daily at 462, went up 72%. So a bounce off the 7 EMA looks possible here, looks likely. The 7 EMA is 669, so it could come down a wee bit more. It depends on what the exchange is like. I've not looked at the exchange. I think I went long on testing the exchange actually. I'm probably still on that long. I've probably been liquidated already. But it's looking okay. The price is looking okay, but it needs to break out this kind of level here. It needs to kind of break out and stay above that 730 level for it to go to the next leg. Probably next leg you're talking about 1,000 satoshi. Yep. So yeah, it's holding up well. It's going good. Else. Kukla, why can't one of the coins I'm holding do a data just once? I know, but the thing I was thinking about this morning as well, if you've seen data going up, so if you were in data, say for example, you're in data and you've seen it going up 100%, think, holy shit, I'm going to get out. Or would you kind of do a trailing stop loss? Would you go to the effort, do a trailing stop loss? And how much would you put it in at? If it went up that much, you'd put a trailing stop loss at 20% or something like that. But you'd have to be disciplined enough to, instead of coming all out of data at 100% kind of profit, you'd have to go in with the trailing stop loss there as well. So it just depends on kind of what kind of trader you are. Tell me what you would have done if you seen one of your coins go up 100%. Would you have taken it all out and just cashed in the whole profit, or would you put a trailing stop loss on and just keep an eye on it all the time? Well, Tangi, I'm glad it's down. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be glad that it's down. And a lot of people are saying as well, well, not a lot of people, but people talking about, okay, this is the last time. We spoke months and months ago saying, okay, there's one more fall to come for Bitcoin before it kind of goes parabolic. This could be the fall because it fell before, but it didn't fall as far as people thought it was going to fall. So this could be the last fall, and if it goes down to 3,000 and then it kind of shoots back up thereafter, that could have been the last fall. So we're at the same situation where we were. If we look at kind of Bitcoin just now, BTC USD, go to daily. So back here, 8th of November, it's almost a year ago exactly. It kind of started falling, and then we got down to the middle of December, we got down to 3,100. And people were saying at that point, it's going to fall, it's still going to go down to 2,000, it's going to go down to 1,000. People were panicking, and they didn't buy at 3,000. What are you going to do this time around? Now they've had this experience, a lot of people that was the first experience of this kind of huge move downwards. So what would you do this time if it fell down at 3,000? Just dollar cost average in. Just do that. If that's all you can do, dollar cost average in and buy the Bitcoin, or buy Ethereum, or buy XRP, whatever you're looking to buy. If you believe in it for the long term. If you're tentative and you don't really kind of know what's going to happen for the future, or you're a wee bit worried, just get out of the game just now until you know. You'll probably get back in when it goes above kind of $20,000 or something, and it's not the time to do it. This is the time to kind of start looking, but look for an entry point. Look for a good entry point to get in if you're not going to dollar cost average in. Even if you're dollar cost averaging, look for a good entry point as well. And your entry point is when it's looking as if it's going to turn up again. So you're probably going the 4 hourly or the 2 hourly or even the hourly. So in the 4 hourly, if we look back here, we're down at 3,200. Even if you go on the daily, we'll look on the daily and do it that way. If you're looking for an entry point, if you're not trading all the time, you're just looking for an entry point, just use the daily crossovers. So when it was down at 3,000 and people were panicking saying it might go down at 1,000, look for your entry point of the daily crossover, the 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA. It crossed over to 3,663. That would have been a good entry point. And just get in there, and it would have went up 279% from there. Good entry point from here. Wait till it crosses back up over the 70 EMA, crossing over the 50 EMA to the upside. That's a good entry point to get in. If you're shorting it, the good entry point to short it would have been the 9,200 area when the daily crossed down over the 50 EMA. And a lot of people say, as it can be as easy as that. It is. We can make it as easy or as hard as we want. I'm not trading Bitcoin, unfortunately. And the only reason I'm not trading Bitcoin, I should be trading Bitcoin, the only reason I'm not is because I've been burnt twice. No, in fact, 3-4 times, I think, but burnt big twice. Almost to the point where I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get out of the game, because I was long on Bitcoin once and it kind of shot right down by about 800 in one day, then it kind of came back up. I can't remember when it was, and done the same when I was kind of short on it as well. So I get kind of stopped out. So it was a bit of a nightmare. But I'll trade on Bybit now, to be honest, and I had a lot of leverage there as well. So I should be doing this, because if you just use the crossovers, then that thing would be laughing. Brown Rocker, I'm all about being optimistic, but 300k one BTC in 2 years, LOL, that just seems highly unlikely to me, but hey, anything's possible. Yeah, so people said that as well. You know, when I was down here, if we look at the weekly, people back in 2011 were laughing at people when I was down at $3, saying, it's never going to get up to $20, or it's never going to get any real higher. So it went up to $7, people were saying, it's going to go back down again. At $4, going to go back down. When it was up to $266, say, it's never going to get to $1,000. Went up a year later, $1,000, came all the way back down to $216. Never going to go up to $10,000, got to there. Never going to get up to $20,000, got to there. So it's the same again, it's just a different number. That's all it is. That's all it is. And if you look at this trajectory line, then I think it's highly probable and possible, especially with the fundamentals I've changed in Bitcoin. I'm not talking about Bitcoin itself, I'm talking about the players coming into the game. Is highly probable, not highly unlikely, I'd say highly probable that it's going to get to that. That's my thoughts on it anyway, but everybody's obviously entitled to their own opinion. But people have been laughing at Bitcoin and the price of it for the last 10 years. And they'll still be laughing in 10 years' time when it is $300,000. Saying, it's never going to get to $1 million. They'll still be laughing at it. Or laughing at people that's going in at $300,000. Nice little spike on DNT. Have a wee look. DNT, BTC, I think it was up 30% or something. That's a weekly. Go to daily. Yeah, nice. 81. Go up to 105. DNT. Come out of the game. Not out of the game, but I was out before. So 17th of November I was out in that. Bugger. G-Slick, I'm late again. This is no good. G-Slick, you're going to have to get a note from your caregivers just to give to me if you're late again. LTC, what's happening with LTC? LTC, BTC. So we're hitting that line again for Litecoin. And this is a support line here. Around about 600, say 600,000 satoshi. It says 659 just now. So again, it's not looking good for Litecoin. At the moment, short term, it's not looking good. Litecoin, USD, I know a lot of people will be looking at that. And we're down to $43. That's cool. If it gets down to 23, it could go down to $23 again, to $2. And then you just go, oof, brilliant time to buy. Chris Camus, buying USDT and selling BTC. That's a strategy. Gene, what's up, folks? Like check-in. Good to see you, Gene. Ron Rocker, so XRP's price is solely dependent on BTC. That's not a good thing. No, it's not solely dependent on BTC, but if you look, okay, so XRP, BTC. So it's been languishing here. This is Satoshi value. It's been languishing around about 3,100 area. So it's not really moved. For all intents and purposes, it's not really moved at all in Satoshi value. So I'm not saying obviously the volume's been changing day to day, but in Satoshi value, it's not really moved at all. And yet XRP USD, we can see it's dropped 35%. That's nothing to do with XRP, nothing fundamentally to do with XRP, nothing, no news coming out or anything, because XRP stayed the same in Satoshi value, exactly the same, and yet it's fallen 35% in USD value. That is purely because of Bitcoin, purely 100% because of Bitcoin. So this is why we like the alts as well, because if the alts, you get a double dunt, what I call a double dunt, it's probably a Scottish term. A dunt is just a kind of move forward. So you get a double dunt with, I'm teaching you Scottish here, If XRP moves up in Satoshi value, that means more volume is coming in, more buyers are coming in Satoshi value. They're using the Bitcoin to buy XRP or whatever USDT to buy XRP, so it's going up in Satoshi value. And then if Bitcoin price goes up in dollar value as well, you're going to get the doubles done, so it's going to go up even quicker. It's going to look as if it goes up even quicker than it actually is. But Satoshi value, it could go up 10%, but if Bitcoin price goes up 20% at the same time, then you're getting an aggregated price in, you're getting a double dumped there as well. So you have to remember that, and we have to remember this is why we don't look at really kind of USD values, because it's so tied to the Bitcoin value. But that's a lot of people still look at the USD value and still do the TA on the USD value. Why? It's like looking at the stock value of Apple that is purely 100% tied, well, not purely, but it's 100% tied to the price of Amazon. So if Amazon falls 100%, Apple's going to fall 100%. It shouldn't work like that. It does just now. It shouldn't, but it does. So we have to keep that in mind. So it's not just solely based on that, but largely it's tied to it. So we have to remember that all the time. On his crypto journey, I did a video that XRP is fine back against Bitcoin's free fall as Satoshi value is actually gaining. The value of XRP is down because of BTC drop, not negative fundamentals for XRP. Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying there, Stuart. So yeah, totally agree with you that. But a lot of people still, and I can understand, a lot of people don't get it as well. They don't understand this kind of tie between kind of Bitcoin price and their kind of favourite altcoin as well. Rowan Rocker, you're right, mate. There was some coins that stood up on their way out. Yep. Gordy Boy, we're in a different market from the past Bitcoin. Won't it be easy to climb? And with the pressure of climate change around the world, extra pressure. Extra pressure because of climate change? Or are you talking about the electricity used? No, I think that's kind of been really debunked. If you look at the banks, what they use in kind of electricity as well, the cost of the cash machines and everything else, just opening up a bank as well, way more than the price of kind of mining Bitcoin. The electricity prices a lot of people talk about. It does go up because it's so concentrated on the electricity. But when you're looking at a bank, you don't think about the electricity that they use. They're still using electricity, and there's millions and millions of banks open around the world just now as well. So they're using much more electricity than the kind of miners are using to mine Bitcoin. So I don't see that as an argument, if that's what you're talking about, Gordy Boy. I don't see that as a kind of good one. So I have to kind of look at that as well, but I understand what you're talking about there. James Oklahoma is in the house, one of our brown admins. Good to see you here, James. Like the car, by the way. That's a cool car. Dirty Fergie is back with us. 3K double bottom. Could be. It could be a big bounce from the 3K double bottom. Silchia Engov, you're a legend. Appreciate all the hard work you put in. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Gordy Boy, equivalent to 3 million solar panels is what BTC mining farms are operating at 1 gigawatt. Goes against people climate change principles and the new Cardano testnet is running at a power of 2 toasters. Yeah, if you're comparing it for like for other companies, yeah. But if you're talking about other stuff, the way we use electricity as well, even in the house, it doesn't compare. There's no comparison. Kukla would have sold half and then done a trailing stop loss. Right, okay. If you're in data, let's come back to that conversation. Yeah, so just doing the kind of little old lady kind of format, I think that'd have been a good way to do it. And Rowan Rocker, totally different now though. 100 trillion of dollars market cap is a lot harder to make than 100 billion. It is. Dad did. Hello, Bitcoin and dead? No, it's not dead. Far from it. Atif Mahmood, BTC will bounce above now after touching 200 MA, at least 100 MA. EMA, which is 7,100, can do leverage trade if someone like. And Dad did saying yes. Nope. Yeah, that's it for just now. We'll have a look at the price. I was going to show you this as well. I've showed you this before. We're kind of turning over on the Super Guppy. That's one thing that's not good. If this kind of turns red again, that's not going to be a good thing for the Super Guppy, which means we could be in a prolonged kind of down period, according to kind of history on the Super Guppy as well. I've showed you this before kind of many times when it turned green. And we're expecting a kind of big rise. I'll just go there and then bring it down, auto, then bring it down. So we're expecting a 1100-day green period from 3rd of June 2019. And that will take us up to kind of this level, 192,000 after 1100 days. So when was the 1100 days? And about August 22, 2022. So August 2022 should get up to 192,000 if this holds. But the Super Guppy could turn red again. We don't want it to turn red, but we'll just keep an eye on that as well. Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave it there just now. I know we didn't have any news, but just to kind of look at the charts, we'll go back to see data still doing well. NAV, S&M, MTH, DNT still doing well. But we're going to look at SHR as well. We looked at Digitex. Okay, XHR, how are they doing? 59.61 SHR just now. So they might come back down a wee bit. I expected them to come down a wee bit because it went kind of so parabolic. So it could be a good chance to get in if you're still looking to get in. We might fall to it. So this is a 30 MA. I still can't see good charts on this, to be honest. But it could come down, I'd say maybe 56 and bounce from there. And just looking at the kind of history of it. And so the market makers are doing their job in there as well. I've noticed the market makers are in there. So yeah, this could come down a wee bit and kind of bounce back up. But I'm still in that and still looking good and doing more work with ShareRing as well. Really liking the look of them as well. Stephen, everyone have a great day. Dr. Fergie, don't turn red. I know we don't want the Super Guppy to turn red. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. Have a brilliant day whatever you're doing. Remember, think long term. Don't panic sell. If you're thinking about, oh, I'll just get out of the game, don't panic sell because it will. Bitcoin will come back up. Ethereum is going to come back up. XRP is going to shoot up as well. Litecoin, it's going to come back up. But walk away if you're thinking that and you're panicking. Just walk away for a week, 2 weeks, a month. Come back next year, but don't panic sell. And that's what I would say. See what happens with it as well. Okay, until next time. Namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels,